See, what you're not going to do is have a credit score higher than mine, okay? That's not what's about to go down, okay? I can't believe this. Okay, here's what happens. All right, when my kids turn 18, I have two of them that are over 18. When they turn 18, I got their credit established. Best way to do that is I took one of my credit cards and I added them as an authorized user. But wait, okay? First of all, you don't want to do this just for anybody, okay? You don't want to do that. This is for your kids, okay? Your kids, maybe your niece, young people, not people who are the same age as you or older than you, because they had their chance. Duh. So what I did for my kids is when they turn 18, I added them as an authorized user. But here's the thing. It depends on what card you add them to, okay? You can't just add them to any card. Point being, if your balance is, say, $2,000 and you've spent up to about $1,700, you might as well forget it. You're not helping them out any. You need to help yourself. But really, if your credit score or your credit card is about $2,000 and you owe nothing on it, that's the card that you want to add them as an authorized user. When I tell you, my son had me like what? What? I knew what I was doing. Okay, I knew what I was doing. I've done it before, but I just wasn't expecting what? And I'm kind of mad, you know what I'm saying? Because I spent forever on my credit. You know what I'm saying? I had to like do some shady stuff. You know, I didn't do shady, but I had to file for bankruptcy because I messed up, you know, and then I had to start over. And then here, this little, you know, it's higher than mine, y'all. It's higher than mine. Dang right. But it's okay. I'm gonna explain how I did it. Credit. Yeah, credit is whatever. Yeah, some people are like, oh, you don't need credit. Those are people that can pay cash for everything. These people out here that can't pay cash for everything. The higher your score, the better your benefits. If some people say that if having a score of 800 is kind of like having $100,000 available to you, which is true, because if you have very good credit, people are more willing to give you access to money. What? The lower your score, the less trustworthy you are. Okay, so if you see people rolling around with some nice cars, but they have bad credit, you gotta wonder, okay? So that is credit. You need good credit, get apartment. You need credit, get a house. You know, your conventional FHA, VA, all that stuff like that. You need, there needs to be something there, okay? So you could say that you don't need credit. You want to pay for cash, pay cash, cool, save up, great. But I want it now, like... Call that number. So yeah, it's my money. Well, it's not my money. It's y'all money and I need it now. Okay. So my son's credit score is a 783. He is 22. Okay, hold up. He is 22. It is 70. You know, it took me till now to get that till now, you know, and then he rolled up. Why? Because I gave him the gift of credit. I gave it to him. Like, I gave him everything else. I gave him life. I gave him an allowance. And now I gave him the gift of credit. So here's what I did. And this is what I suggest that you do and that you don't do. First of all, when you're helping someone with their credit, which is what I did for my son, you help people who are just starting out, people who you're close to, like your spouse. He may have messed up. Y'all are tied financially. Your kids, nieces and nephews that are just coming up behind you, you want to be a great role model. Cool. I would not do it for, you know, buddy boy, Bootsy, or your sister, Raven, because chances are they need help with credit because they messed up so bad. Even if you try to boost their credit, chances are you know these people. They gonna mess it up again. So what's the point, right? So I went the authorized user route. What I did was, for my son, I picked a card that had the oldest history. So I've had it for a very long time, and it had one of the highest balances of those cards that I've had for a long time. What this does is it sort of makes him piggyback off of my history and off of my length of credit worthiness. So my high balance and my length made it so his score jumped up. I did the same thing for my daughter. She's not around for me to get her score. I wish I could get it, but you know, she's doing stuff. Here's the caution. This is where I think a lot of people mess up. They think that they need to give these people the card. Why would you do that? Don't do that. Okay, no. You keep that card when you add them as an authorized user. Sometimes it asks for their social security number. Sometimes it doesn't. Just throwing that out there. Every time that I've done it, they've not asked for social. I guess they assume backtracking. These are banks. They know where you're at. Keep the card. Okay? Keep the card. Put it in a drawer somewhere. Because every time you use the card, it only takes one person to use it. Every time you use the card, it reflects on their credit. So they don't need the card. You're not giving them your credit. You're giving them the gift of their own credit. Okay? Not yours. Don't let them get to your money. All right? That's the point of this. His card went into my drawer, and that's where it stayed. He still doesn't have access to that card. He knows where it is because he lives here. But you do what you have to do. You keep your money to yourself because that falls on you. Authorized users, if they use that card, it falls on you. You are responsible for every transaction that person makes. So that's why you need to be careful of who you're doing this for. So it's been about 2-3 years since he's had the card. He's never had access to it. He's never used it. So we didn't know what his credit score was. I know it. I was banking on it being somewhere in the 640, 650 range. But then I had him look it up on Credit Karma. I use them to monitor my credit. A lot of people right here are going to be like, you can't use Credit Karma because it's not telling you the right number. Blah, 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 blah. But really, Credit Karma is it's one of the tools in your toolbox for credit awareness. Okay? So I used Credit Karma to stay up to date on mine, and I had him check his. And then when his score came back, now it was just TransUnion. They give you 2. His TransUnion came back at 783. Okay, that is that's good credit. Okay, that is almost perfect credit. All right, and because I had help family, you know, my credit score actually fell. So he actually is 2 points higher than my score. And I'm up there in age, but you know, it's still, it took a while to get my credit. I'm emotional. But anyway, that is what happened. So after we checked it, and I blew up at him because I'm just like, how you I know what I did. You know, I know I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping you out. You know what I'm saying? But still, your credit higher than mine. But give the gift of credit. Now he can have, now it is Credit Karma, it's only showing TransUnion, one disclaimer. He still needs to go and he needs to pull his 3 credit reports, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, to check and double check his score. But Credit Karma is pretty close to what my real actual score is. So that is that. I'm happy for him. Now he can get out my house. But you also need the income to go with the credit, okay? All right, just want to make sure you know that. And he has been employed for a good number of years at the same place. So he has work history, he has good credit. Now he can move out of my house. So I just had to put that out there. Don't give the gift of credit to your mama, because that's probably how you got bad credit. Don't give the gift of credit to your uncle that you only see twice a year, and then every time you see him, he want to hold something. Don't do that. But do give the gift of credit to your children who are coming up, so they don't have it as bad as you did. So if you can't afford to take them, to send them off to school, you can at least afford to get them good credit, you know? Now, this is August. Give them the gift of credit for Christmas. By then, you know, something could happen. Recap. Make sure the card that you're using is one of your oldest cards. It's one of the cards that has the highest balance on it and the lowest amount of debt usage or credit usage. Okay, you want to make sure that this is someone that you trust. You want to make sure that you keep the card, okay? And you also want to give them some information on credit worthiness and how to maintain their credit score. So this is Jay, and I'd like to thank you for watching. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, keep adulting. See that? that out was out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not high, I'm not drunk or nothing. I was just like, it's cool, we good. We got Corona still